Welcome to Polk Today. I'm your host, Brian Lacey. Polk Today is a daily show airing right here on PGTV with useful county information, weather with Billy Abernathy, and highlights from PGTV programs, along with previewing upcoming meetings. Today is Thursday, September 11th, 2014, a meeting day for the Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee. The Polk County Board of County Commissioners established the COC to ensure the integrity of the expenditure of the indigent healthcare sales tax funds and provide a forum for citizens to participate in healthcare planning. The meeting kicks off this morning at 9:30 in the BOCC boardroom and is broadcast right here on PGTV. It was on this date in 2001 that the world changed for everyone. 19 Al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 passenger airlines and flew suicide attacks on the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Almost 3,000 people died in the attacks. It was the single deadliest day in the history of the United States for the men and women who serve as public safety professionals. 72 law enforcement officers and 343 firefighters lost their lives in the attack. The men and women of Polk County Fire Rescue remember both the day and their fallen comrades.
On 9/11 in 2001, I was an ER tech at a hospital in Boynton Beach, Florida, working during the day, and a lot of us, as we heard about it, went to the holding areas where the things to get access to the TVs to look at it. We unfortunately were watching it as the second plane struck. A lot of us unknown, a lot of families had people in the military at that point in time were wondering what's going to happen to their families. So it was a shock to all of us that they did this in our own country.
And that changed everything. I mean, I just remember being concerned and upset and afraid, and then as the time went on, and then the towers collapsed, and just realizing the sheer number of people that were killed. And not knowing exactly at that time how many firefighters we were, but we knew that the building would have been filled with firefighters down at the street level, and arriving on apparatus and doing their best to handle the number of people that were still in towers, and just could not imagine that. You know, up until that time we had theorized that a skyscraper could collapse in like a long duration fire, but we'd never seen it, never heard of it, and to watch it live. To watch the 2 towers come down on live television and kill all them innocent people was just amazing, and realize that the fire service had lost a tremendous amount of firefighters that day, and I remember the overwhelming sense of wanting to go and help.
My teacher actually had a family member that was in the World Trade Center that day. We turned the TV on immediately, and that's all we watched for the rest of the day. She cried all day.
I watched the second plane actually hit the tower live, and I knew then that it was a terrorist attack. Words can't describe what I felt. It really helped me, it really motivated me to get to this point faster.
I used to be in the Air Force, so I'm a veteran, and so being in the fire service is kind of my way of still fighting for my country.
At that time I realized that, I'd always wanted to be a firefighter, but at that time I realized there's no other time better than that moment. So I actually went to fire school, went to EMT school, and here I am today. I work for a growing fire department, and I couldn't be happier.
And I've always wanted to do something that helped serve the country and also help people. And as I matured and got older, it helped lead me to the fire service and brought me to where I'm at today.
I had met up with a cousin who I got her badge number, which is this number right here. And she helped with the relief and rescuing. She was an NYPD officer. She's retired now, but she had gotten one of those lung diseases that you get, that the people were getting, the rescue workers that were getting on scene. And she was telling me about it, and it kind of influenced me a little bit.
Being a volunteer at that time, just never crossed my mind that things could get that nasty that quick for responders. And just watching how the day played out, it really changed the perspective of what we could face as emergency responders going into situations, not just your average house fire, but at that point it was kind of real that we do have terrorists and people that's after us and our families and communities.
We do try to do our best to remember those that have died before us and integrate that into their training and their indoctrination into the fire service. And not just those that had died in 9/11. We try to learn vicariously through all those people, all those firefighters that have been killed, as what happened, why did it happen, what can we do to prevent it, to make sure it never happens again. So that the new guard of firefighter coming in is probably getting a whole lot more safety and awareness training than an older firefighter like myself got when I came through.
I always had the love of helping people, so that was already there, but it also wanted me to promote more into the organization so I can make changes and make it safer for the firefighters and see to it that we were educated. If anything like that was to transpire here, we'd be prepared.
I'm glad to see that we're still remembering it and we're still holding the day very important. That as a nation we pause and reflect and recommit to the idea that we're going to do our best to make sure this never happens again.
Staying on top of the events here at Polk today includes taking a look at the weather for the latest forecast and conditions and a look at what's brewing in the tropics. We take you to the Emergency Operations Center with EOC Coordinator Billy Abernathy. Hey, Billy.
Thanks, Brian. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bill Abernathy, Polk County Emergency Management from the Emergency Operations Center. This is your weather brief for Thursday, September 11th, 2014. For today, we can expect a high of around 93 with a heat index of about 98 degrees. Low tonight around 74, humidity is about 97%. We have a 30% chance of scattered thunderstorms, mainly after 2 p.m. Winds will be from the east-northeast at 3 to 6 miles per hour. Also remember, tonight's the Freedom Walk starts at 6 p.m. in Winter Haven. For more information, go to mywinterhavenpd.com for this event. And for Friday, we can expect a high of around 91, low of 72, with a heat index tomorrow of around 98 degrees. 40% chance of scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, mainly after 1 p.m. Winds will be from the east-northeast at 6 to 11 miles per hour. And for Saturday, we can expect a high of around 92, low of 72, with a 40% chance of scattered thunderstorms. Winds will be generally from the east at 5 to 8 miles per hour. And for Sunday, we can expect a high of around 90 with a low of 72, 50% chance of scattered thunderstorms. Winds will be from the east-southeast at 3 to 6 miles per hour. And now to the tropics. We're currently monitoring a weak low pressure system near the northwest Bahama, identified with the yellow circle. Conditions are becoming more unfavorable for this system to develop as this system moves to the west. Regardless of development, some locally and heavy rainfall could affect the peninsula of Florida. An aircraft reconnaissance hurricane hunter will be scheduled to go out to inspect this system later on today. This system in 48 hours shows about a 20% development, and in 5 days, probably about a 30% development. And also, we're currently monitoring a wave in the middle Atlantic, identified with the blue circle. This system has moderate to light convections as this system moves west to 15 miles per hour. And also, we're monitoring a low pressure system 750 miles west of the Cape Verde Islands, identified with the white circle. This system is starting to show some organization, and conditions do become more favorable for development of this system in the next couple of days as this system moves to the west, northwest at 15 miles an hour. Model guides are starting to indicate that this system takes a more of a northerly turn within the next day or two. Development of this system in 48 hours is at 50% and in 5 days at 80%. I'm Bill Abernathy, Polk County Emergency Management. I'll see you back here tomorrow on PGTV. Back to you, Brian.
Hey, that's going to do it for today's show. As a reminder to keep current with programs in progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter or the Polk County YouTube channel. I invite you to join us Friday to continue our trip down the Heritage Trail, a highlight from Sports Central, and we'll introduce you to a new feature here on Polk Government Television, Polking Around with Hank Longo. For Polk Today, I'm Brian Lacey, and we'll see you tomorrow.